All right. As you see Mrs. Crime in front of me. Right now I'm in Oregon City. And this is Oregon City, Oregon. And we're at Mountain View Memorial Cemetery. Now, what you see in front of you is initialed the POMC, which stands for Parents of Murdered Children. As rough as that may sound, Parents of Murdered Children. Now, this wall right here, when it was made in Oregon to hold 500 names of all the murdered children in the state of Oregon combined, right? So, as you see Miss Crime doing her videos right now, after making this with the total amount of 500 names, which in building they thought it would be a total of years before they filled it up, right? What happened is they filled this whole thing, the 500 names, within 2 years. 2 years they filled this completely up. And later I'll take you to a little part where they're actually making a new plaque now, putting new names of murdered children. Now, there are names on here that was a guy that's currently in the Oregon State Penitentiary, and he has murdered a few of these children's names that are on this list. Wow. So right here we have a pillar that says, if we forgot, it will happen again. Simon Winston-Salem, right? The heart never forgets. Mention my loved one's name and I will be so grateful. All these quotes of probably mothers out there. As long as a heart remembers, they are there for you and me. My love, we love them so much, is why we miss them so. Dang. When there is no justice, there is no peace. I like that saying all the way. Now, as I take you over here to one of the placards, it says, give sorrow words. Greater Portland Area Chapter, Parents of Murdered Children and other survivors of homicide victims. Oregon and Washington Memorial. 2013 this was made. Now remember, I said that the names on this list was guaranteed for 500 spots. And as I mentioned, if this was built, beautiful memorial in 2013, it was filled, the names were filled, over 500 within 2 years. So by 2015, you had a full decade of names of murdered victims, children of mothers, all kind of things like that. Mr. Wade here, right now at the memorial. As you see behind me, the beautiful waterfalls. Exactly. I was doing some research and I came across this and I was like, what is POMC? When I read it, I said, Parents of Murdered Children. And they had a big memorial that was built here in 2013 with all the names of the murdered children and murdered victims of parents. Now, it's sad to say that the world is crazy as we all know it. Something new happening, something different happening every day, every second, every hour. When I brought Mrs. Crime here, her mouth just fell to the floor like, what is this? And I told her what it was, and she wasn't going to get out over here, but she got out the car and actually came over here and took some footage. So, I've been to a lot of cemeteries, me and Mrs. Crime. Tombstone has been to different cemeteries where we had sad times, but this is one of the saddest so far. Knowing that there are children that didn't get past a certain age because you got people out there that done stupid stuff to harm our children or other people's children in the world. But I'm glad they had this right here. And I'm going to scan in and show you the names of all the POMCs, the names listed, and also the area where they're making new ones right now to put up there. So stay tuned. More to come. Now here's a placard right here in the middle of the fountain. It states, to all the victims and their families, may God hold our children in his grace with love and light, surrounding them in his place. Us that are left here, one thing should be clear. We too will see our loved ones again. Our God will take our pain. For peace is what we will gain. God bless us all. By A. Heath. Nicely written. And me and Mrs. Crime, we were on one side of this beautiful monument out here at Mountain View Cemetery in Oregon City. And I come across that there's another side to it. So I'm going to show you guys the other side of this memorial of POMC, Parents of Murdered Children. And I'm going to read them to you and let you guys get a little feel of what's going on behind the actual other side of the mortuary. Stay tuned. And right here, here's a placard on the other side. It says, beautiful written, the aftermath of homicide. Your loved one's murder will test everything in you. Your love, your strength, your faith, your values, your peace, and your beliefs. May this test become testimony to all that is good in you and that is good in the world. All that is good in the heavens. By Carrie Freytag and Margaret J. Kerouac. Our next one says, in sadness, there is also joy that you had such a person to love. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will shine. Sometimes the strongest people in the morning are the people who cried all night. I may not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. Love lives on the moments you always treasure. Always treasure. Wow. These are all the appreciation for their commitment to the memorial here. Special thanks. All the donation centers that gave $1,500, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, and $15,000 toward this monument here. Very beautiful monument. The brickwork is awesome. The other placard states, healing comes from helping others. Love lives on in the little things you share. Love lives. The pain just doesn't go away. You make room for it. Love lives on in the smiles you can never forget. The moment you think of giving up, think of the reason why you should held on so long. Grief isn't something you get over. It's something you go through. Dignity and respect are essential for victims and co-victims to survive. A smile soothes the soul and helps heal the heart. Beautiful. And this placard here states, the aftermath of homicide. Murder devours innocent lives with a cruelty that is absent of reason, absent of values, and absent of compassion. Murder breaks all the sacred rules, knows no fairness, and can never be undone or compensated. The aftermath of murder takes us straight through hell, where we stand eye to eye with the evil that hides behind the human race. By Carrie M. Freitag and Margaret J. Crabb. We have a rock right here. It states, to all the victims and the families, may God hold them in his grace with love, light surround this place. Let us that are left here, things should be clear. We too will see our Lord once again, and God too will take our pain. The peace too is what we gain. God bless us all. Nice. And here's a book right here. It states, you held my hand. You just asked to hold my hand. With nothing in return, we hope our understanding is a gift others will learn. My hand. Thank you again for holding my hand, for you have made a softer me. It has lightened the pain I carry, for sharing is the key. Mary Etledge. As I said earlier, as you see right here, there are more names that are being added. There's a whole nother side that's being added to this wonderful monument of PMCs, Parents of Murdered Children. I'd rather say the acronyms and say the full and the meaning of the words. Mrs. Crying, what do you think about the monument?
I think it's pretty, beautiful, but at the same time sad. But I think they made a beautiful memorial for the kids.
Yes, very deep. I say deep, meaning that it's a very good monument for the parents, or murder victims and their families. It's very beautiful. If you're in Oregon City, you should come by here and check this out. This is one thing you don't want to miss in Oregon. Very nice. Hope you guys enjoying this video on the monument of POMC, Parents of Murdered Children. Subscribe to our channel. Hit us up on Instagram. We follow back. Until then, you guys all take care.